Welcome to the Kool, the Kareem Matthews podcast. I'm Kareem Matthews here with my dude, my boy, my Ramley, point guard extraordinaire, world traveler, fake ass DJ, Mr. Rodney Lusian. What up, my dude?
Sad Ram fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot that. I'm in that boat too, man. It's crazy because we actually took a week off. We took a week off for that reason specifically. Like we just was too it was too fresh to do an episode last week. So we decided to wait a week before we actually did the season recap. You know what I'm saying? Cause man, I mean, and I'm actually glad that we did too. Cause even 2 weeks later, or a week and however long it's been, it's still painful. So I can't even imagine talking about this shit last week. But it's like, dude, we not playing on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? This is the first Sunday of football all year that we haven't been involved, and it's the last Sunday. Like we made it that far, you know what I'm saying? And there's two teams that you're gonna be looking at like this Super Bowl is so underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth as a fan. So I can only imagine how the players and coaches feel, you know what I'm saying? And again, you always get on me for this, but I love McVay's response to adversity. Like he said that night he was sick. You know what I'm saying? He said that night I feel like I want to throw up, and I that's the second time I heard him sound like that, and I love it, and I back up off him because I'm like, okay, because that's exactly how I feel, McVay. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you feel that way, then I can not feel as bad feeling that way. Because if I feel that way and you don't give a fuck and you the coach, you know what I'm saying? That makes me even angrier. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's how JJ Redick is. He be like, so you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, nah, you can't feel that way. Like we over here pissed. So to hear McVay feel that way the night that it ended, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It hurts him as bad as it hurts us. And then recently I heard him say he's still not over it. I want to say either today or yesterday, I heard him say, I'm still not done processing what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I loved hearing that. I was like, okay, yeah. He, you know, what you really want is for us to win and not have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? But if you do have to go through that, that's how you want the leader responding. Like you want him like, "Arr." Not like, oh man, I just got back from Cancun. You know what I'm saying? My tan is bomb. Like, you don't want him to have moved on already. You want it to be in his gall because you know McVay, he's good at coming back from adversity. Like when Bill did him in that one bowl. Like I feel like he's responded well to that. You know what I'm saying? He won his bowl since then. You know what I mean? I feel like this was another moment that he just blew 2 weeks ago to beat this rookie coach. But I feel like McVay responds well when he doesn't perform like he should. So I'm confident in him moving forward. It's not like, you feel like, man, we need to make a move. Sometimes when the coach mess up, you be like, nah, we can't come back from this. You know what I'm saying? But McVay never gives you that feeling in the times that we haven't succeeded. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt after this one. Like hearing him the two times I have since the game was over, he's been where my mind is. The night it happened, he was like, I want to throw up right now. And I was like, good, Sean, because so do I. And then either yesterday or today, he was like, hey, guys, I'm still not over it. And I was like, okay, Sean, good. Because I haven't watched no football either.
Well, I mean, it ain't been no football to watch.
Well, all this Super Bowl shit,
Oh,
the Super Bowl
opening
weeks,
night.
yeah, started on Monday. They've been sacking the Seahawks and the Patriots all week. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that. But nah, uh,
Yeah, man. I I can't pour salt on McVay's wound. Like, I'm glad to hear that he's feeling that way. It don't make me feel better. Um, because I'm not as confident moving forward. Like, I feel like
Mm,
we're gonna rule this day. We're gonna rule this year.
mm,
And
wow.
I was thinking about the Rams earlier today, and I'm like, you know what? I still appreciate us. I appreciate the fact, and I think we said this on the last previous podcast. This idea that we don't go out like bitches. Like, we've had 3 years in a row, three playoff losses on the road, close games. And each game was a game that we could have easily got blown. Like that first year against Detroit, I think that weekend everybody was getting blown. It was wild card weekend. I know Cleveland got blown by Houston because my boy a Cleveland fan. Dallas got blown by Green Bay because the chat I was in was a Niner fan, a Cleveland fan, a Cowboy fan, and me. The Niners had to bye, so they wasn't playing. So I just remember Rowe, after the Cowboys got blew, the Rams game was starting, and he was kind of like, all right, now it's the Rams' turn. And Detroit came out killer.
Right.
Like Detroit came out, probably scored the first two times they had the ball. Would have been real easy to get blown out. Of course, last year in Philly, if we had gotten blown out, nobody would have thought twice. It would have been like, well, shit, they blew y'all out in SoFi. So what did y'all
In
think was going to
snow.
happen?
In snow.
And then, this year, getting blown out would have been a surprise, perhaps. I mean, I know people was gassing Seattle because of what they did to Frisco, but um, the fact that we are tough like that, the fact that the Rams you're gonna have to really knock us out. Like we ain't gonna just bow down and let you walk over us. And that's not who we've been in our history. So the fact that that's who we are now, I'm like, all right, cool. Like squads know you better strap the fuck up when the
If you
Rams
want to
come to
beat
your
us. If you want to beat us.
It don't matter
Wait.
what don't matter
No,
what
go
the
ahead.
weather is. Don't matter how loud your fans are. Like we gonna operate, we gonna play, we gonna be at your neck. And then what you gonna do? Like you better have something.
If you don't respond, we win.
Right. So there's
Now,
that.
now it's funny. I just want to stop right there. It's funny that you said that because that reminded me. We spoke on this last year, and it came back up again this year. How when we lose, when our season ends, don't nobody be mad because it happened again this year. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, maybe not that Monday, but maybe the Tuesday after we lost, I wore a Ram shirt. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even realize I had it on, but three different people hit me up about it just in public. You know what I'm saying? One dude was like, oh man, don't worry, we're gonna get him again next year. And then another dude was like, whose house? And it caught me off guard because I'm just out, you know what I'm saying? I'm out in public and I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, Rams house, you know what I'm saying? So what you were saying about how we don't get beat has drawn the fan base in more, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like more people are cool rooting for us because we don't go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's helping ingratiate the fans because they was more positive about next season than me. I was them first couple of days, I was still pissed, but people was like, "Oh man, we'll get them next year." Like you know what I'm saying? We'll be back, and I was like, "Okay." Like we never used to get that from random citizens coming up to me. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm usually the one, you know what I mean, cheering people up about that. But nah, that's a great point that you made. That means something to your fan base. Because again, if we had got blown out, it would have been like, see, you know what I'm saying? That's why we don't root for y'all, man. Like we always go out where you feel like we could have won that game. And especially this season, we never lost by more than 4 points. That Seattle, that game was our worst loss of the year. That last game, every other game, nobody had beat us by more than 3.
Outside of Philly, like the Philly
Oh,
shit don't count.
oh, right. Nah, you're right. That was 4-2, right?
Nah.
Or did it end up
It
being
ended up being
6?
like 6. No,
Okay.
because we was down 1 or 2 kicking the field goal.
Right. So it might have been
And
7.
they housed it. Yeah, it was 6 to 7 to 8, somewhere in that range. But
Okay. Right.
that I don't, you can't count that. Like we were not supposed
Right.
to kick a
Now that
field
killed
goal.
the gamblers. That killed the gamblers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But nah.
And
So
so, yeah, I mean, there's that, and I'm cognizant of it. I recognize it, but this was our year. Like we fucked it off, and we knew we put ourselves in difficult positions with them games that we was losing that made it where the Rams wasn't the 1 seed. Like we was all aware, like like this is making it a tougher road. But I just look at it from a standpoint of we were so healthy this year. Like, had a few dudes on the O line miss, but they didn't miss for long stretches, and that's probably our deepest
position.
gripe.
Puka missed though. Devontae missed.
Puka only missed maybe a game and a half, maybe 2. He didn't miss much. And Devontae, they made it seem like Devontae could have come back sooner, but we was in a
Right. No, he
position.
definitely could have, but he didn't play. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel you. It's funny that you say that because I feel like next year is our year. Because on that incremental step thing that I was saying, because last year I was like, we took a step from the Detroit game. You know what I'm saying? Last year I was saying the end of the last season was a step forward from the year before, where we had lost to Detroit. We took a step forward to get to where we got to Philly. And I was saying another step forward would be the NFC Championship game. I thought we could take 2 steps, but we took 1. You know what I'm saying? So another step would be next year we get into the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I told you I had an epiphany and it didn't come true. And my epiphany's been so fucked up because I had that epiphany that year we played the Patriots. But I thought we was gonna go back to back. You know what I'm saying? Because again, McVay gotta do something like that to justify what he's getting. You know what I'm saying? And to justify what we think of him. Like to be this genius and to have this great tree and be considered the best coach in football, yada, 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 you got to get more than 1. You know what I'm saying? You got to do some Belichick type shit. But I thought that watching that game against the Bears, dude, we young at every position. Like everything we got except QB is coming back next year at the same or better. You know what I'm saying? Like O-line, D-line, like literally the only player that's old is Stafford and Devontae. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Devontae is replaceable. It is funny because that leads me to 2 different ways that I wanted to go from this, saying about how the youth of the roster and who we haven't coming back. Because one is the draft, and 2 is I seen this other article that was like the 9 Rams that's not going to be back next year. And I thought that was an interesting list. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I probably can't remember them all, but Tutu, X, Reader, Havenstein, Garoppolo, Darion. That's 6. Ronnie Rivers, and clearly it was two more. But I was like, okay, like, those are kind of decisions that we gonna have to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the corners are free agents, like Spoon, D Will, and Kobe. Because that's the other part. They saying with the draft, there's like we got to bring in two corners. They like basically they want all them corners gone except for maybe one. They're like, of the three free agent corners, we bring one of them dudes back. Out of Spoon, D Will, and Kobe, only one of y'all can come back. Is what the consensus is out there right now in random world. You know what I'm saying? And then uh Cam Curl is a free agent.
Right.
Do you bring him back?
They were saying probably not, given that we've already spent on Lake.
And we still got Kitchens. And then that dude that had picked Darnold off in that home Seattle game, Wallace.
Right.
Like we got other dudes that, you know what I'm saying? So you think you say don't bring him back, huh?
Cam Curl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing with everything. You saying we young and we are, but now we got to start paying these dudes. And this is the
Right.
other aspect of this was our year. Like this was
Mm,
our year to win it
mm.
and
Under
captain
this
control.
window. Right. Nah.
Because now, I mean, Stafford is re-upping. Puka must be paid. I don't have to be this year.
Right. But it probably should be.
Right, because they aren't free agents, but I think normally if you draft a dude in the first or second round, you get 4 years with a team option for a fifth. But because Puka and BY and Kobe Turner was all like third round or lower, you don't get that 4 years with a. I think you
Fifth
only get
option.
4 years.
Mm,
You don't get that fifth year option. So we got them all for next year. But after that, it's open season. And
mm.
so they like don't let Puka get to
That point.
right. So I mean, between Puka, BY, Kobe Turner, like they're all in positions where it's like, like you should be paying us right about now. And then verse, I mean, I don't know, like we're entering consecutive years where we're gonna have to break dudes off. And
Or
you know,
just make shrewd moves, which I think are you know what I'm saying? I think this is third world problems. Like we got too much talent. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of who to pay. Cause I seen some shit about trading BY to Green Bay.
why would we do that?
Not to have to pay him, you know what I'm saying? And to get something for him. Like, I mean, again, those are the kind of decisions that we're gonna have to make. Because we're not gonna be able to pay all these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like with Cam Curl, like we feel like we got other safeties. Like I'm not saying I want to trade BY, but I understood what they were saying. Because like Josiah, you know what I'm saying? Josiah can play. Like you were saying, he was our highest ranked defender in that Seattle game. Like I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be shit like that that's gonna happen. Like we gonna flip some of these dudes for some picks. Like everybody is not gonna be able to get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was asking about Cam. Because like you would think you want to keep him. I mean, he made the biggest play of the season in that Bear game.
Right.
I mean, he was making plays all year. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he just did that in that last game. But that's a position that we got dudes at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying we got dudes at edge rusher because none of them really. I mean, actually, BY was probably the one that stood out the most. But none of them was like, I'm untouchable. Verse, I felt like plateaued. I mean, again, your boy Josiah was the one that showed the most potential. So,
True.
but yeah, finish what you were saying though.
I don't know. We sitting here looking at uh, Ernest Jones, Cooper Cup. Is that all that's on Seattle? Seattle ain't got
That
no
was
other X
Cam
man.
Akers.
Oh yeah, Cam ain't factored in, but I don't know. There's a part of me that, like, if Tutu goes somewhere next year and balls, I'll be upset, but not really.
And it's funny because I'm looking at this Ram shit right now, and everything we saying, I'm flipping through an article that they was just talking about. But they were saying 3 free agents that could go to the Arizona Cardinals with LaFleur. And Tutu was one. And another one was Ronnie Rivers.
Right. If that happens, fine. But it's part of me, and Ernest Jones more than Cooper Cup. Like I feel like I don't know. I don't want BY or
Go
Cam
somewhere and kill.
or Cam Curl, especially when you was like send them to Green Bay. I was like, nigga, if I see another ex Ram show up on another team and
And
literally
stop
be
us from going where we want.
because we made shrewd moves like I mean it wasn't necessarily Landman for E. Jones, but that was
That's what it ended up being.
and it wasn't Devontae for Cooper. I mean, well actually in that situation it was a
It
little bit more.
was.
And Devontae probably outplayed Cooper Cup in that game.
And in the season.
But Cooper Cup had big ass catches,
Nah,
especially in
he
the
did.
championship game. But even the previous game where they ended up jacking us for the 1 seed, Cooper Cup did some shit. So I don't know. I mean, you right, Les and McVay, they know how to do this. Like at the end of the day, I got faith that I mean, we're
I mean, they
never
found these dudes.
right.
Cam Curl, who knew about him?
Right.
Signing him. He was a 7th-round pick from the Skins or the
And
Commanders.
we played Washington that year before we got him. And I
Because
remember
you spoke on that.
when we got him, I was like, dude, we played against him and he never stood out.
Right.
So how good could he be? But I mean, he's solid, he good. I would prefer to keep him. I just don't think they can pay him
They paid him already.
when we brought him in.
Right. Because he was a 7th-round pick. He wasn't getting caked like we caked him.
And he was probably the highest paid dude on the defense.
Mm.
Like, I mean, I think we had AD still when we brought him in.
Because he only played with us for 2 years.
Okay, so we didn't have AD still. So yeah, he might have been the highest paid dude on the defense.
Nah, I wouldn't. I mean, that's how our D is built.
Right. Saying, I mean, us paying him in that scenario versus paying him when he's slated to be like he ain't gonna get Carnell or Quentin Lake money. Like,
Right. But
whatever.
he gonna get way bigger money. Nah, we probably can't afford to do that.
Is he gonna get more money than Landman? I don't know what we paid Landman, but them is two dudes we've already paid, and like we said, BY like QBs and after QBs, edge rushers are
And
probably
left tackles.
right. And BY ain't Micah Parsons. Like he ain't gonna go out there and fetch that kind of salary, but he would be our highest paid dude next year. Like if I was to make a bet on who's gonna be our highest paid dude on defense next year, I'm betting it's gonna be BY.
Right. Nah,
And
it
that's
probably, I mean, if we resign him, he will be.
he gonna get more than Kobe Turner. He gonna, I mean, we might, and that's kind of the thing with cornerback. I want to bring in one of these free agent types, like
Who's on the market? You know, you've been looking at that.
KC's other corner, not McDuffie, but whoever is on the other side of him is kind of Cam Curlish. Like he's not a real name, but he would be a shrewd move.
Mm.
They was talking about Jamel Dean from Tampa. And
Mm.
both these dudes, the dude in KC, Jamel Dean, they was both like they both 6'1", 6'2". Jamel Dean, I haven't loved. Like we smashed Tampa this year, and I'm like, I don't remember Jamel Dean shutting down Puka.
But they clearly he can't guard Puka.
But his stats were good. Like he led all corners or was top towards the top in all corners in some shit. And then they talking about who's Baltimore's corner that's probably about to leave? Kyle Hamilton? Is he the corner or the
He
safety?
the safety. He's
Humphrey.
like they Q late.
Marlon Humphreys.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Nah,
They,
he dope.
they've been talking, I mean, they've been linking him to us a lot.
Really.
Yeah.
That would be a huge pickup.
But yeah, I think they talked about his salary. The shit I saw linking him to us was like, yeah, his cap hit is huge next year, which
Mm.
is part of the reason why Baltimore is cool with letting him go. Um, so yeah, I mean, all that's to say, in terms of where Cam Curl might fall on our how much are you paid list, like if we were to go a free agent corner route, which I mean, I gotta trust Les and McVay, but I feel like we're really in a win now mode.
It's funny because one of these articles just said that. You know what I'm saying? They said if they said less hints at being all in if Stafford's coming back.
Mm,
He gonna get back in that F them pick modes again. I didn't read what he's gonna do, but that was the title of the article. Less here Rams GM Les Snead hints at going all in if Matthew Stafford returns. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So that will probably be the Marlon Humphrey route.
I was about to say, and do you do that with two rookie corners? Like
Right.
two rookie corners, does that equate all in? Especially, playing in a division where you got to see JSN.
And Tutu,
uh, LaFleur took Arizona's job.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they a bit of a sleeping beast down there to me, at least on offense. Like they got cool pieces. And if they could ever get all those cool pieces popping at the same time, they got Seattle like potential to me. Like they could be on offense what Seattle is this year,
Mm.
which I still don't really feel is all that dope.
Right. Nah, me either. I feel like our offense is way better than theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what Brady was saying during the game. Like, they're explosive. We're surgical and explosive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't surgically just methodically beat you down the field, but they're going to hit you for big chunks every now and then. You know what I'm saying? While we had both of those, but they
Right.
beat us. But I mean, I can't even say they beat us, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every game we be leaving so much meat on the bone. But I just again, man, I feel like I was saying this last year. Like last year, I was like, our our change is gonna have to be on the margins. Like we don't need no big drastic overhaul, and that's kind of what we did. You know what I'm saying? And we did we had won 10 games the year before,
Yeah.
and we won 12
Right.
this year. I mean, again, you know what I'm saying? That's that incremental growth, and like if we do that again one more time, you know what I'm saying? We where we want to be. And again, I feel like that's gonna be, you know what I mean, on the margins. And that's where you know, it comes down to like, do you sign this dude? Do you pay this dude? Like who do you bring in? Like it's gonna be just the fine tune shit because it ain't like we got a gang of open spots. You know what I'm saying? It's basically corner.
Right.
So you know, it's gonna be how do you fix that? You know, and I mean, if it's a big name free agent out there that we can get, of course I'm gonna be for it because I feel like we can do that and still bring in a couple young dudes. It ain't got to be one or the other. You know what I'm saying? We're in a position where we can do both with these picks that we got.
Right.
Because if we sign a big free agent, we can still take a first round corner. But on that note, it's a first round. It's a receiver from Arizona State, Jordan something. Like I mean, it's crazy because Malachi Lemon won the Bolitnikoff.
Oh, Makai Lemon.
A Makai Lemon, the nigga from SC. You know what I'm saying? So, well, actually, Arizona State is not in the Pac. I'm thinking it's still a Pac-12. Arizona State is in the Big 12. So Malachi probably was the best receiver in his conference, and dude from Arizona State probably was the best receiver in their conference. But dude is nice though. He's 6'2", you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because he been mocks all over the place. I've seen there's some mocks that have him going as high as 2, and then there's some mocks that have him dropping to the Jets. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, if he on the board when we pick, McVay's not passing. If he's there at 13, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be mad at that. Like they was like, that would freak out the O, and like receiver's not a position of need right now, but in a year or two, he's Devontae's replacement. In a year or two, it's him and Puka. You know what I'm saying? Next year, he can be it's him, Puka, and Devontae, which is killer. You know what I mean? But that's if he drops. You know what I'm saying? Because the corners, I mean, it's some high end corners, but I'm not feeling them like that. It ain't nobody that's like, oh, he's like gonna be like a sauce or you know what I'm saying, New England's dude or Houston's dude. Like all these top corners, I feel like, because like it's one from Tennessee, but I guess he didn't play all last season. But like his tape from the year before supposedly is doper than anybody's tape from this year. You know what I'm saying? And somebody in one of them chats was like, you know, Les ain't gonna go for that. Like Les likes high production niggas from big schools. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the dude is from a big school. He went to Tennessee, but he didn't play all last year. Like I feel like with corner, it's later round corners that we can scoop up. Like I was saying, that one dude from Indiana, Pons. He little though, you know what I mean? He probably like 5'8", 5'9", but he's like a lockdown cover dude. Like that's what these dudes was saying how trash our corners are forces us to play a lot of zone. And
Mm.
they're saying good QBs kill zone. So like when you playing that kind of D, it only can go to a certain level. You know what I mean? You can't be a great D with corners like that because you're gonna be in zone. And when you play the top QBs, they're gonna shred that. Against trash QBs, you can get away with that. You know what I'm saying? They was like they need corners that allow them to play press man on D. That'll allow them to get more pressure. You know what I'm saying? That's what these dudes in this chats was saying. They was like, that's what we need to be looking for. It's dudes that can play man, cover corners that can play man. Because we was saying that towards the end, like that's how you beat us. That's what Carolina figured out. You know what I'm saying? You run them crossing routes where you can have your receivers running across the field. Our receivers, our corners are gonna be in trail mode. Or you gonna beat our corners on shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
these dudes were saying that we need man corners, dudes that can lock up so we can get out of this zone. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, that's a solid ass breakdown because we had seen points like that, but we never articulated it that way. You know what I'm saying? We was just like, yeah, once you get our corners moving, they, that it's your advantage. But they was like, that's why we always in zone. You know what I'm saying? And zone can only get you so far. Like, you're not gonna beat the Josh Allens and the Mahomes and shit, even the Sam Darnolds in zone. You know what I'm saying? Even the Sam Darnold can carve a zone up. You need dudes that's like, look, I'm locking my dude up. And I mean, we don't have nobody like that. They was like, D Will is not that dude, Witherspoon is not that dude, and Forbes could be that dude, but do you want to go into next year counting on him?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Forbes, we let all these other niggas go and we didn't bring nobody else in. It's you. So they're like, even if you like Forbes, you still got to bring in at least two more dudes. They was basically like D Will and Witherspoon got to go, and possibly Kobe, depending on who you can get. If you bring in Marlon Humphreys in a first round pick and a third round pick at corner, Kobe might be out. Even though I like Kobe, because whenever it's playoff time, he picks passes off.
Right. Yeah. It's hard for me to turn the page, man.
Nah, I feel that. As I told you, P hit me up earlier, like, man, I'm still not right. You know what I'm saying? And I totally feel that, man. What P say? Yeah, he said I'm still not right.
Right.
Nah,
I mean, and the Super Bowl's probably gonna make it worse. Cause
man,
like you
probably.
said, and that's the thing, like I don't know that we've watched a bowl. I mean, it's two things. That one is the Rams have won their last four trips to the NFC Championship game.
For this one.
Right. They won their last two in the Lou. Well, they won the only two that they made it to in the Lou.
Mm.
And then they
The
won
winning
their
ball and
first
losing ball.
then they won their first two NFC championship games back here. So
Mm.
and this is coming from a fan base Rams team in the 70s with probably made four NFC championship games in the 70s by itself and lost all four. And so
So we
the
four for the last 8.
championship game used to be, I mean, the Bears, the Niners did us in the 80s. The championship game used to be our ceiling. Like we escaped it that one time and went to the bowl and lost to Pittsburgh, but that was always like our ceiling. So for us to flip that and be like, nah, we don't want four in a row, McVay, like I'm 2-0. I ain't never lost one of these. So for us to kind of now be that team is like, all right, that's
That's an
one thing
upgrade.
for sure. And shit, I can't remember what the hell my other point was. Um,
But that's a good one.
Right.
We have flipped that mindset. And again, I'm gonna take it back to the fan base. I feel like that gives the fan base a stronger leg to stand on. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes them feel so, oh, we're gonna be back next year, as opposed to us getting blown out or us never getting past this, where you're like, man, we always, because that's kind of what happened with Pittsburgh. They fans got tired of always losing in the first round. They just fired their coach. You know what I'm saying? Like our fan base don't have that negative feel about us. The new fans. You know what I'm saying? Because like for this 10-year run, like you were saying, this was our third time going in 10 years, and we was 2-0. Like, you know, that builds up confidence in you, and you know, and the team earns like some a little grace with that. Like again, the fan base was not mad on Monday and Tuesday, and I was surprised because I was still pissed. Feels
Right.
like, man, that was a good game. We'll get them next year. Like people always think we in good games. You know what I'm saying?
Which is true. We are historically and recently like our the when we get to our big games, like rarely are they duds.
Right, nah. And that's what I feel like that's what our new fan base, these new last 10-year Rams have been really loving. Like, you know, you be proud of the team, win, lose, or draw. Like even Niner fans this year, how they went out was like, man, I stopped watching that game. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? We was beat up anyway. They was jumping to excuses. But like our
Right.
fan base was like, man, you know what I'm saying? We was so close.
Nah, and that was my other point in saying, for one, we don't usually get here and lose in our last four trips, but I feel like this is going to be the first bowl in a minute where I'm gonna look at both teams and say the Rams would have smashed, but like y'all not neither one of y'all are better than the Rams. Like, you couldn't feel that way. Obviously, last year's bowl, like you felt like we could have
Philly
did what
beat us.
Philly did, but at the end of the day, I felt like all through the season we acknowledged like Philly's better than us.
Right.
KC was off back to back going for three. So
Right.
how you just gonna dismiss
Them.
Mahomes? And
Right.
I mean, they've been at it for the last 5, 6 years. Like the year Tampa won it, I felt like, all right, we are probably better than Tampa. Like we had beat them in Tampa that year. But once again, that was over Kansas City. So all that to say,
And they
this go
had Tom Brady,
right. Who
who
had
had 6,
missile plixed us before, twice before.
where we was like, man, we better than this dude. He's like, but I got your ring.
Right. But to sit here and watch this game on Sunday, it's gonna be sickening to a degree because it's like, neither one of these teams,
Are as good as us.
right?
We know Seattle.
And that's literally what I said. I've been talking a little bit about this student at my school that's a Seahawks fan, and I was just so dismissive of him. Like, it's a trip because I've been apologizing. Like, Ram fans around my school, and I saw a kid in a Jared Verse jersey today, and I didn't say nothing to him. I just smiled. I'm like, that's dope as hell that he
We were repping.
got up this morning. It's like I'm about to rock my Jared Verse.
Right.
Um, but there were so many people around my school who were Ram fans who were coming to me like, "What's gonna happen?" Lusian, like, "We gonna win this." And I was supremely confident. Like dudes was coming to me like, "Man, I'm nervous. Like we didn't look good again. We barely beat Carolina. We barely beat Chicago." And I was just like, "Man, stop it. We own Seattle. We own Sam Darnold. We about to go up here and smash these dudes." So as I've been seeing these people over the course of the last 2 weeks, I saw one lady today who I hadn't seen since the game, and my first words to her was like, "Man, I'm sorry. I know I got your hopes up." Um, but even when I saw that kid, um, at first I saw him from afar, like across the gym, campus or whatever, and he just, he had on the DK Metcalf jersey, and he might have shouted me out from across, like Lusian, like look at my jersey, and I'm just shaking my head, and he laughing, and the next couple of times I saw him, I would just shake my head. I wouldn't say nothing. And he knew what I was saying by shaking my head. When I finally got around to talking to him, my first words to him was, "We better than y'all." And he responded like 2-1, "We got y'all." I was like, "Yeah, y'all do, but we better than y'all." And he couldn't really refute it. Like the only thing he could go to was,
two
"We
to
got
one.
y'all twice."
Right.
So
Which is right, but you right too. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I feel like Sam Darnold stepped up. Like that was the one thing we didn't factor in was he could actually play a decent game. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't turn the ball over. Like he stopped turning the ball over. And we wasn't sacking his ass like we was. I feel like that was the difference. You know what I'm saying? We still played well, but he played better than we expected him to. You know what I'm saying? Which gave them that slight edge, like one turnover from him and we win. One fumble, sack, fumble, pick, anything that he usually gives us. He didn't give us nothing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was actually the difference. Like no one, like even in this bowl, like no one could factor in and conclusively say you go get a clean game from Sam Darnold. You still hearing people say, "What if he melts down in this bowl?" Like that's still an option to people. You know what I'm saying? So for him to play that game he played against us was not on the bingo card. At no point would you be like Sam Darnold gonna throw for 400, three TDs, no picks. Like he don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like to me that was the thing I never factored in my mind. You know what I'm saying? That he could actually play a clean game. I felt like we was gonna get at him. You know what I'm saying? Either sacks or picks or both. And he really didn't give us neither. Definitely not no picks. And I don't think, I mean, we may have sacked him once or twice, but not to where he was back there shitting on himself. He still was dropping back, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to kill this little zone they in. And he was doing it, you know what I'm saying? Which again, I would bet against the next time.
the next time, meaning when? Sunday?
Probably. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going if I bet the game, I'm gonna take the points. You
And
know what I'm
that's what
saying?
the postulate says.
4.5.
There's a strong postulate play here. My Super
Nah.
Bowl postulate, which
Your postulate, the Rodney Lusian postulate, which has been pretty good over the years. You've been probably doing this shit at least 10 years.
no more than that. The first time I did it was 2002
Ah,
when Tampa played the Raiders,
wow.
and the
That was
Raiders
Rich
was
Gannon.
favorite. And I was like, yeah, the wrong team is favorite. And of course, it don't happen every year because the postulate is essentially if one Super Bowl team gets there by winning on the road to get there, and they're playing a team that got there by winning at home, then the team that won on the road has covered. I mean, the last time it was in play was our bowl. Like
And we didn't cover, right?
right, we didn't cover. We
But
won,
we won, right? And
and
I feel like that's
usually,
in play this bowl. That's
usually the dog will win. Like the
mm,
postulate has been, I mean, effective to the point where the team that's the underdog has been winning outright.
right.
But with the Bengals against us, they didn't
They
win, but
covered,
they did cover.
right?
Um, so in these last 24 years, the postulates probably only applied maybe 7 or 8 times, maybe not even that many, but this is one.
Right. And it says New England. Take the points, and it's a good chance they could win.
And the line has been moving on Seattle. Like, I feel like
Mm.
Cats is still begging Seattle. Like, it's probably going to get to 5 at some point. So,
That's a big number, man, for a bowl. You know what I'm saying? That's a touchdown. And that was the thing about it being past that 3.5. Like once you start getting 4, a field goal, you know what I'm saying? Because usually it's a field goal win. Like once you get more than that, you gotta play the dog.
right. As
And they
much
were
as
saying,
it would pain me, like, I can't. I'm rooting for Seattle. Like, I can't root for New England. I can't root for Boston.
right,
Even
you
if you
can't root
take
for the
out what
Celtics.
you're right, you take out what the Patriots have done to us. I still can't root for Boston. Uh,
Nah, I feel you. Red Sox, Celtics, and it wouldn't even be I'm rooting for the Patriots. I'm just rooting for my money. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I mean, on that angle, and then Vrabel, like they saying Vrabel gonna be playing the underdog card. Like I was saying this before they got to the bowl. This team reminds me of the team that beat us the first time. That like came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like they was 60-1. Them and Seattle was 60-1 to win the bowl before the season started. And one of them is gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? But like they got that because I mean we was favored in that bowl, right? Probably closer to 7.
More than that,
Uh,
the first year in New England,
yeah. We
we
was
was
favored by
double,
more than 7.
we was
Wow.
double digits easily.
Really?
Yeah, let me look that up real quick. Now that might
Damn.
be we might be the biggest favorite to lose.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's not a good nugget.
The Patriots won outright as a 14-point underdog.
14?
Yeah.
Wow.
We had beat them that year by 7 at their place.
Mm.
So now we taking y'all out of New England, putting y'all on this neutral field, on this turf.
And that's worth another touchdown?
Right.
That was a lot of gas,
And that was postulate. Like, I didn't have the postulate back then,
but it would have
but
been on New England.
that was the postulate.
Mm.
Um,
I didn't know he said we was 14-point favorites that game. That really hurts that we lost.
right. Lost.
Right.
Not covered.
Lost. We don't have that bowl. That helps make this crazy motherfucker to go.
Right.
We could have been starting Kirk Dobbs' GOAT campaign.
Right. And who knows how that changes shit.
And it's crazy because I heard that. I mean, I've been trying to stay away from football this last couple of weeks, but I heard somebody was like, Sam Darnold's story is like a Kurt Warner story. And I was like, man, knock it off. That nigga was the 3rd pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? It's he revitalized his career, but Kurt Dub was a fucking undrafted free. You know what I'm saying? Don't come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do Kurt Dub like that. You know what I'm saying? Give his story a little bit more love. I think Sam Darnold is closer to Jim Plunkett. You know what I'm saying? You can compare him to him. He was a Heisman winner, 1st-round pick that was, that redid his shit. Kurt Dub is an original story.
Right. Nah, that's a good comparison.
Plunkett.
And it brought chills to hear you say it because I'm like, Plunkett ended up winning 2.
Uh. So Sam might have another one in him. Well, he ain't got one yet.
Yeah. Man, you remember that first game against Seattle this year
We had the
at
blacks.
SoFi? Huh?
We had the blacks on.
Right.
The black jerseys, and them kids were sitting in front of us.
And we was talking so much shit.
Right, nah.
And we was
That
so smug and so like, man,
who are y'all?
y'all are trash.
Right,
Meanwhile, they slowly climbing back in the game,
right.
and I kept chanting, G, no,
Oh yeah.
G, no.
Right.
Clowning Sam Darnold like, man, y'all are begging for Geno Smith back.
Wow. We was killing Darnold, picking him off. Every time I kept saying, that's not his last one.
Right.
He got another one in him too. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, they haven't changed my mind on that. You know what I'm saying? Like Frisco will change your mind. Frisco will have you like, okay, you know what I'm saying? They just physical this up right there. Like, I still feel like Seattle, y'all snuck away with that game, dude. Like, come on. Y'all really feel like y'all better than us? You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't feel that way. Y'all in the Super Bowl, yes. We giving y'all props. Y'all beat us twice. But if y'all played us 10 times, we winning 6. Y'all just got y'all 2. You know what I'm saying?
Right. At the most opportune time.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So Darnold rose up. Like that was not expected. Like you know, if you had told me that was gonna happen, I would have been like, nah, that's not on the bingo card. And again, it still ain't changed people's mind because people still saying, what if he do it in this game? Like people ain't like, okay, he did it against the Rams that game. That's who he is now. Like people are still like, what if Darnold? You know what I'm saying? You know what Darnold can do. You know what I mean? So that's kind of still how I feel. Like I'm still like, y'all ain't better than us, man. Y'all beat us by 3 points,
And
4 points.
it's a
Come on.
trip because, like, obviously we were his biggest bugaboo, at least in the second iteration of his career. And here he goes against the Patriots. And the Patriots was his biggest bugaboo in
In the
his first
first
one.
part
Like, that was the team where he
that
was
he
like,
saw ghosts.
I'm
Wow. I
So
never
imagine
even
how New England feels.
um
Like the
seeing
same way
him,
right.
see how we was saying it's a bowl at the end of this. You mean to tell me we beat Sam Darnold and we win a Super Bowl? That Sam Darnold? That's a great point. He said that's the team he saw ghost against.
Right.
Mm.
And
And so that's the narrative. Like, is he over this or not? You know what I mean? Which one do you believe? Because it's, you know what I mean? Because clearly against us, I didn't believe it. You know. So if you believed he was over it against us, you were on the winning end. But does that continue? To be determined. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's crazy. He said his bugaboo in the first iteration was the New England Patriots, right there in this division twice a year. Uh, I never put, that's a great point. I mean, again, that pushes me more to New England. You know what I'm saying? As much as I hate them, like everything is pointing to them being a live dog,
Yeah.
to them being a dog with teeth. I mean, let alone the fact that they play that role so well. Like I didn't realize they was 14-point dogs against us. The turf. That's incredible. Like they 4-point dogs this week.
And that feels like a lot.
Right. 14. Like they was giving us that bowl. Like, okay, the Rams are the champs, but are they gonna cover? Like that's what they were saying with that line. We lost.
Yeah. Uh, I remember getting pulled over that night. Me and Chill decide we're gonna go to a club that night. Shit, I think we was trying to go to Century Club. Century Club on
After the
Sunday
game,
night. Yeah.
uh, says Century Club on Sunday night. Remember that?
Right. I get pulled over. Uh yeah, shit. Actually, I just started working at LA High. I got pulled over across the street from LA High. We driving down Olympic, heading into Century City to go to the Olympic Club. I don't know why that's the memory that comes out that night, but I was in such a bad mood. Like I don't know what mindset had me thinking, dude, I'm gonna go to the club tonight. Like,
That's a good idea.
right. Um, Cops pulled me over. Shit, I can't remember. I think I was clean. Chill might have had some shit on him.
Mm.
I just remember thinking like, yeah, this is about to go all the way bad, and as bad as this is, I'm still more mad about what the fuck just happened with the Rams.
Wow.
Uh,
That's crazy.
and then obviously the second time we play them motherfuckers, we actually in the stands. And I mean, it's so many things that stand out to me. Cause shit, what made me think about it? I know you said you getting all these memories on Facebook because the game was played February 3rd, 2019. Um, I don't know how we pulled this off, but we left. Like, remember, Legatron misses a field goal. And I think we had talked about. I think we talked about this during the Seattle game because I'm like, dude, we're gonna get the ball with 25 seconds left. And I think I was like, remember that bowl against New England where we was like, dude, it's 10 seconds left. Like, if Legatron make this field goal, it's 13-6. Then we have to get the onside kick, but we can't just get it. We gotta house it. Like
Right.
we gotta recover it in a way that allows us to run it back.
Right.
And we were still like, oh, that shit could really happen, dude. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance.
Right.
And then Legatron misses the field goal, and we left immediately. Like I think we was like, we do not want to see the confetti come down on New England. So we
But we
just
wasn't out. I think we saw the confetti coming down.
as we walked out, but still was in
Right.
the stadium.
Right. We weren't in our seats anymore, but we weren't able to get out the stadium before the confetti started falling. Because remember how high up we were?
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't
I
remember that. Like I don't, and it's a trip because, like, I remember Juice posting something on Facebook, basically saying, "Could you?" He didn't name me nor you. He just posted something like, "Could you imagine going all the way to Atlanta and your team lose?" Something like that.
oh right. Okay. I
And
do remember that.
and I was
And he was talking about us.
right, and I responded like, "Dude, I would do this again tomorrow. Like, ain't no
Mm,
regrets here." Then we went live, walking back to our car. And
mm,
as we was going live, I said something to the effect of, "Yeah, Juice, I was ready to scrap you up. Like
mm.
if we had been face to face at that point, nigga, it would have been like, all right, dude, like
I gotta get this fade.
step outside. I need
Run
that."
me this fade, Juice. Win, lose, or draw, I need this fade from you right now.
But I'm sitting here wondering, like, when was I sitting there checking that text? Because I felt like I was sitting in the bleed. I felt like I was still sitting in the stadium. And maybe it was in them last frantic moments when we had this uphill climb and we still sitting there hoping we could do it. But maybe it's a minute left and we sitting there like, all right, dude, we about to go score. We're gonna get the onside kick. We're gonna score again. That's probably when it happened. In terms of me seeing that post and responding. Um, but then as we got back to your sister's house after the game, my family started a text chat and they was just clowning me like somebody check on Rodney. Laugh emoji, like motherfuckers just clowning. And I started to send something back like, man, I'm asleep for 2 hours right now, and then I got to drive 10 hours to Dallas, and you motherfuckers sitting here making
Laughing.
making all these jokes like you need, if you said check on me, you really should be trying to check on me. Like that shouldn't have been no joke. Like I
I'm about to
really,
do one of the dumbest things I've ever done in my life in about 2 hours.
I really need to be checked on.
Nah.
But you motherfuckers, my family, y'all don't really mean that. Y'all
Right.
just clowning. So I mean, the two experiences with New England and the bowl is part of what
Painful.
part of,
Painful as fuck.
and it's part of what makes this so hard to stomach. Because
Mm.
AB Long kind of laid this out at some point in the season. He was like, dude, we gonna win the bowl in Frisco, which is sweet enough by itself. Shit, just winning the bowl, period. I don't give a fuck
Right.
where it's played. But we're gonna win the bowl. It's gonna be in Frisco and it's gonna be against New England. He was like,
Man.
that wipes off a whole lot of history.
Yes, it would have.
And we let the shit.
And now it's them in Seattle, and Seattle get to redo some ghosts from that bowl they gave New England. Or New England can be like, we about to start a new dynasty up on y'all.
Right? Because
Like they did us.
we we damn sure thought we was about to get some get back in Atlanta that year.
Oh man. Yes, we did. But
I feel
that's the
like
thing.
that was your epiphany that morning.
Nah, it was. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, man, my epiphanies have sucked the last two times. Because that's exactly what it was. I saw us beating them. You know what I'm saying? Like we was too fast for them. They couldn't guard us. Like, how are they gonna even do this? They shut us down. We didn't score a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? With all that firepower we thought we had.
No
Nah,
team
man.
has ever scored less in a bowl.
Right. That's
It's
incredible.
it's real hard to score less than three.
Damn near impossible. There's only one other option.
Right.
Actually, you probably could score safety.
Right.
But nah, man, that's what makes this bowl so painful to be a part of as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Because both of these teams get in your craw. Like last year it was easy to root, not easy, but you could root for KC because they're not in our conference. They hadn't ever done nothing to us, you know what I'm saying? And they would have beaten Philly for us. But this year, whoever win, you're gonna be salty. You know what I'm saying? It's just no good way for this to end. Whoever confetti's falling, I'm gonna be like, man, our confetti would have looked way better.
Right. But it wasn't to be,
Right.
which I
It
mean,
is what it is.
nah, I mean, it's this is Super Bowl 60.
Mm.
And, New England, I mean, well shit, now that I say part of me is like, New England has won 6 out of 60.
That's
which
10%.
I know.
That's a good chunk.
But you're not gonna get a lot of these. Like, we've seen two in our lifetime, and I'm 54. So that comes
Mm,
out to once every 27 years.
wow. That's
And
crazy when you put it like that.
and so it's like, really, Rodney, you shouldn't be
Expecting another one.
right. You should be 81
And
by
then like, okay, now I can get one.
the time. And some people go their whole lives, obviously, and you know, it,
Uh,
it's a trip how few times you win it. Um, but they're magnified. Like shit, I don't know. Like Tom Izzo, he got one chip. All these years he been coaching, he got one. Calipari, Patino. I mean,
Greats.
yeah,
And it's no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you just don't pile these up like fruit. Like you,
Except Belichick. And it's funny because when you were saying it, I was thinking how earlier I was like, if McVay's that dude, he got to get more than one. You know what I'm saying? And then when you were saying all that, first thing that popped into my head was Don Shula.
mm,
He's the all-time winningest coach, and I think he got one, right?
two.
Oh, he
They
got
went
two.
back.
Miami.
Yeah,
Okay, the
they
perfect
went back to
season.
back. Yeah,
Mhm. You see, that's what I think McVay got to do. A back-to-back needs to be in his portfolio. And this was a good chance to get that one, the first back of the back to back.
right.
Now, when you put it in those perspectives, man, you can't let these moments get away. And I feel like we've let a few get away. You know what I'm saying? When you bring up the fact we was favored by 14, that rips the band-aid off that loss again. I'm like, 14, my nigga? When do you ever see a line like that in the Super Bowl? It, shit,
And
in a regular
take it
season
up,
game.
huh?
In a regular season game.
Right.
In week 15 against the goddamn Carolina Panthers, you ain't gonna be favored by that much. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
But in the bowl, you are, and Cats was taking us.
Mm. Giving that 14 like it's nothing.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one moment in that game where we tied up and John Madden and Pat Summerall was on the call and they get the ball, New England, with less than 2 minutes left for sure. And Madden is saying, I think you got to play for overtime. Like, that's literally what he said during the game, telling
New
New England,
England not to press it.
right, like, y'all just go get this because they hadn't drove the ball the length of the field the whole game. Like everything they scored came off our turnovers. Pick six, a fumble, two fumbles in the middle of the field. The only time they ever went and got points on their own was that last field goal. And so John Madden was like, y'all got to play for OT. And either the second or third play of that drive, they throw a screen pass to, they had a Falk. I don't know. He went to
Kevin Falk.
who?
Kevin Falk
Right.
from LSU.
And Dre Bly was on the play early, and he kind of forced him back inside because the whole thing is don't let him out of bounds.
Mm.
So Dre Bly sets that edge, screen pass, forces him back inside. And I can't remember who didn't wrap up. I mean, and they got him on the ground, but he ended up they marked him out of bounds. And to me, he didn't get out of bounds. Like I've rewound that play probably 100 times, looking to be like, dude, did he get out of bounds or not? And to me, he didn't get out of bounds. And I felt like if he didn't get out of bounds, then they would have been like, all right, we tried. We just gonna go on and kill this now and go for OT. But they marked him out of bounds. They got to huddle up, take their time. And because it wasn't a
And
first down, I don't think. But it
mm,
got him a chunk. It got him like 7, 8 yards, set up probably like a 3rd and 2 or something. So yeah, man.
nah, because I remember that play. Because when you were saying that, I was about to be like a screen to fall. Because when they do like the recap of that game, Brady talks about how that was the drive starter.
Right.
Whenever you doing those, you know what I'm saying, those kind of 2 minute drives, you decide on, you need a drive starter. And it was crazy because that also reminded me of the Seattle game at the end of the first half when we was trying to do something like that. And you was like, hold up, let's so slow play this. And we never got that drive starter. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up having to give the ball back. It was, man, it's crazy how this game just repeats itself. You know what I'm saying?
I think we did get it. I mean, a drive starter in the sense that either you get a first down or you get an assumed first
A,
down, yes.
right. A chunk play.
But 5 yards on first down,
Should
I,
have been enough.
yeah, it's 95% of the coaches in the league, McVay included. If you say I'm offering you a 5 yard run on first down, like everybody's taking that. Nobody's gonna turn that down.
Huh?
And yet, so I don't know. I felt like I can see if we got stuffed on that, or even if we got stuffed on, if it's 2nd and 5 and we run it again and we get stuffed, and that was 3rd and 4, it's like, all right, now
Now
we,
decisions to be made.
yeah, we got a dilemma. But 2nd and 5, it's like, all right, shit, we can do that again. Like, low key,
Right.
we can do that all the way down the field if that's what y'all gonna give us.
Right.
Because we had 2 timeouts. It's like if y'all gonna keep letting us run 5 yards at a time,
And we probably could have, but McVay's just not that patient.
right? Going for kill shots, which
It's understandable because that's what I was with. You know what I'm saying? But then when it don't work,
right. I feel like so many times just in my life, whether it's gambling or whatever, like anytime where I'm
mm,
greedy,
it
that's when
backfires.
that's when karma's like, okay,
We was waiting for that. We was waiting for that moment that you was gonna overextend yourself and leave that open. You know what I'm saying? Man, do I know that. You climb your way up, you know what I mean? Hand by hand, to the top of the mountain, then you put this big whop down, and they like, what? House takes it all. Man,
nah, that's what that was. That was us going for the knockout when we could have just been adding up points, piling up
right.
points, winning
They
round.
couldn't literally stop it.
Right. Yeah, man.
Damn. Well, shit. On that note, you know what I'm saying? It's probably a good hop off point.
So your prediction for the bowl is New England with the points.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know. It's funny because you can root for Seattle, and for some reason I can't root for them
You
because they
can't.
beat us. Yeah, man. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I still don't want to see them win. But I mean, I definitely don't like New England. Like
Yeah, there's still some little brother quality to Seattle. Like they're not quite the Clippers to the Lakers,
now
but
that's Arizona.
they're still little brother enough to where it's like, all right, going to get y'all a little chip, even though y'all that ties y'all with us. We gonna have two apiece
Right.
for
And
some
they got
reason.
Cup and E. Jones.
Yeah, I'm not mad at either one of them getting a ring. Either one of
Mm.
them get another one. I'm like, all right, you deserve that. Like you, hey. So yeah,
Well, what's your prediction? So you sound like you going Seattle.
well, I'm gonna bet the postulate if I bet. I ain't gonna go huge because I feel like I can't do it with New England. Like it in the best of worlds, the postulate allows you to pick a dog that you really want to win. Like
But they don't have to.
one year, the postulate was Baltimore against San Francisco, and I remember saying to you, like Baltimore that year was the postulate of the postulates. Like they went on the
Mm.
road and beat Manning. They
Mm.
went on the road and beat Brady, and then they got to go play what was Frisco Kaepernick. And I remember saying to you before that bowl, like, dude, this feels like the bluest of the blue plates from the postulate. And I'm like, I don't know if it's really because that's how I'm reading it or if it's because it's against the Niners. And I have such strong feelings that they don't win. But this
And it was
year, like,
right.
huh?
And it was right.
Right.
That was
Damn
the
near
one where the power went out, right?
right. They was running away with it. Um, and then this year, like the postulate says New England, but I can't root for them. And so, as much as I'd love to brag about this postulate, I'm hoping it don't hit this year, even though I'm gonna bet it, because
But see, that's the thing. It can hit and they can still lose.
right,
And that would be the ultimate way of it hitting. It's 4.5. They can still lose by 3 easy.
right. But I don't want to be rooting. I don't want to be in the bowl rooting for the team that I bet on and rooting that they don't blow out the other team. Like if I'm gonna bet on New England, I want them. I want it to be 60-0.
But you getting points.
I don't give a damn. I want.
So you can still be rooting for Seattle and get your back door.
Nah.
Like Seattle wins on a walk-off.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Well, yeah, yeah. I don't. Ooh, do I want that? I don't know that I want that. I don't want New England getting that close to the win.
Mm.
So
So
yeah,
you want
I mean, with no doubt, my brain says New England. My heart says Seattle.
your heart says Seattle routes. If you don't want New England close,
Right, right. That is what my heart would love to see. Is New England. I mean, it's been years where I've said New England losing the Super Bowl is the next best feeling to the Rams winning it. Like if the
wow.
Rams can't win it, then let New England lose it.
Mm.
Um, and so part of me would feel that way this year. Like to see them take another L in the Super Bowl would bring me a
Yeah,
lot of
from
joy.
normally I would be on that train, but the fact that the team they playing beat us twice and then beat us in the game to get there, I'm still mad at them. That's the thing. I'm mad at both these teams. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can look at it more of just what point spread do I really like. Because I'm
Uh,
not gonna be happy with either winner. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, if Seattle win, I'm not gonna be happy. Them niggas is in our spot right now. We supposed to be getting all that love. You know what I'm saying? And you know New England, come on, man. They owe us 2 bowls. Like it's 3 of our bowls in this game on Sunday. The 2 that New England took and the one that we should have for this year.
We could be playing for our fifth bowl.
Right. If shit went our, you know what I mean? And not even go our way. If a 14-point dog wins, and then I mean a 14-point favorite. And then the second bowl we was favored, wasn't we?
I think by the time it kicked, New England was favored.
Mm.
Because the postulate didn't apply that year, but as often happens, I wake up the day of the Ram game and I'm like, yeah, it's us. We about to do these dudes. Oh, I put 56. That was 53.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, it was New England by 2.5. And I felt like that's I felt like the Sunday where the game was made after we beat New Orleans, and then later that day they beat KC. Like as soon as the matchup was set, I felt like we were favorites. But
Mm.
as the week went on, and especially that Sunday morning,
It
money
flipped.
money was
The
coming in
sharps hopped in.
heavy on the Patriots, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, how wrong could y'all be? We are about to smash these dudes."
How are they gonna score?
And the postulate didn't apply, but my analysis was like, us beating New Orleans on the road means more than New England beating KC on the road. Because we had beat KC that year.
And
It,
KC wasn't this KC.
it was a great game, right? And obviously, that was the wrong analysis. They was like,
Right.
oh no, beating this dude
Right. You don't know who this dude is yet. It's
is
like y'all didn't know who the dude was that we had when y'all first played us.
right. Um, but nah, I'm like, yeah, we're about to do it, New England, and day of the game, everybody's betting it the other way.
Right.
Where are you watching the game? You got plans yet?
Nah, shit. I might not even watch it. That's honestly how I feel, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing shit for that game. We supposed to be in that game, man. We supposed to be in Frisco right now at these activities, at all this Ram shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you
Yeah, I've
know,
been hearing how messed up the setup is, though.
oh
Like,
yeah, nah, cause this their second one.
mm,
This their second bowl in this new setup. I feel like the year they got a bowl.
yeah, Super Bowl 50. They got
Right.
Super
And it
Bowl
was
50. Now they got 60.
right. Cause they were saying how far the stadium is from anything. So people thought they was gonna get to San Francisco and hit all the spots. They like, nigga, San Francisco is over there.
Right, but that's where a lot of the like press row, the Super Bowl row, like even probably the shit they did on Monday night is all in Frisco. But then some people are setting up at the stadium and they like, yeah, it's a good 90-minute drive, hour
Right.
drive from one to the other.
Right. You can't be back and forth to all this shit all day, a couple times a day. You get one trip.
Right. Nah, I would love to be up in it though. Lord knows. However much driving we needed to do.
Right. And we should have been, man. Yeah. Nah. We could talk about this shit for another hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
For real. For real, for real. That's how deep the sorrow is.
Yeah, right. Because I still feel like I ain't got it all out. You know what I'm saying? This helps, but it also reopens the wound.
Right. Yeah, well, shit.
So yeah, we on record. I think I'm gonna take New England in the points, and you like New England in the points, but you're gonna be rooting for Seattle.
That
Okay.
sums it up.
Nah, I mean that's fair, especially under these circumstances. Like if you say I don't care who wins, I wouldn't be able to argue with you on that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's honestly where I am right now. I can't give a fair analysis on this game because I'm still bitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in my petty feelings right now.
And I feel like I ain't seen New England all year. I don't know that I've watched a single New England game all year. Like I might have watched a little bit of them against Denver. Actually, I don't even think I did that. I've not seen this team play, so I have no idea what they got.
Yeah, now I've watched a couple games because I remember I told you I had watched that one because I want to see why they comparing this dude to Stafford for MVP. Like, what is this dude doing? Stafford is killing. In that game I saw, Drake made dead ball. You know what I'm saying? But again, I feel like that's how we were that year we played them in the bowl the first time. Like, have you even seen these dudes this year? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the same. I feel like it was the same way, man. This is a repeat in my mind of how they felt that year. I mean, again, they wasn't no damn 14-point dogs. But again, they dogs in this game where everyone's like, Seattle's clearly the better team. Like, that's the consensus of every pundit you hear. You know what I'm saying? But they got this young QB, and Vrabel was on that team.
Right.
Man, they talk about that linebacker room that they had back then. You know what I'm saying? How many smart dudes that were in there? Because they was interviewing Chad Brown because he played for both teams. That
Mm,
linebacker, that light skinned linebacker, he
yeah.
ended up playing for the Steelers too.
Right. That's
And
where I
he was,
really remember him from.
and I want to say that's where he won his bowl
Probably.
with Big Ben because I don't think he won one with Seattle or New England. But he was saying it was him, Brewski, Vrabel, uh
Willie
Big,
McGinnis.
yes, right. All in that linebacker room. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you see what Brewski doing now with football on TV.
They had a Ram too. I think Roman Pfeiffer played for them.
Oh yeah, he was in that linebacker room. So he was saying, nah, it was some high level football conversations going on in there. And he was saying back then, Vrabel was the only dude that he knew that could talk head to head with Belichick on scheme. Like, nah, remember that play we ran at the preseason against this team? We probably can run that here. He said Vrabel used to do that shit with Belichick. And he was like, that from that moment, he knew this dude had coaching in him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, fuck these dudes. You know what I'm
All
saying?
of them.
Yeah, Chad, you just made my hatred even higher for these dudes, man.
Right. Y'all wasn't that dope.
Right, that's what I was saying. Because we were looking at these linebackers like we gonna exploit these dudes. Y'all gonna have Teddy Bruschi or Marshall? Seriously? Big Will, you gonna be trying to guard Roland Williams? That's a mismatch.
Right. Oh, man.
Well, all right. I guess we can jump off here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thanks everybody for all the feedback we've been getting. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate we've been paying attention to all of that. And we'll get with y'all next week, man. It's
Still
Kareem.
Rams.
What you say?
Still Rams.
Oh yeah, nah, no doubt. And we'll be back next year too. Don't get it twisted. We gonna make the right adjustments. But yeah, it's Rams. We out.